Today's Thursday, it's the 8th of December, and we're standing outside Porta P on the Paseo Maritimo. We're not going in, but it's open, even though it is a bank holiday. We're going for a walk along the Paseo Maritimo just to have a look to see what's going on down there. Porta P has been the go-to shopping centre for us for many, many years. In fact, since its inception, when it was first built a long time ago. It's got a big Carrefour shopping supermarket there and lots of other shops, and it's completely enclosed, or at least now it's got some parts on the top which are open, but underneath it's all closed. So in the winter time it's warm, and in the summer when it's hot, when it's really hot, it's nice and cool as well. So it's a great place to go to, and it's just on the entrance to Palma as you're coming from the Palma Nova Magaluf side. We're going to cross the road and we're going to have a look what's going on down there. It's a public holiday today, and I'll be filling you in with a few details as we go along. So if we look in that direction where all the cars are coming from, that's where Palma Nova and Magaluf are. And if we just pan around a little bit, you can see Porta P. We've just crossed the road. Porta P all geared up for Christmas. They've got the Christmas tree outside, and it's very pretty on the inside. I may try to do another video there. When I tried before during the lockdown, one of the guards came running after me telling me I couldn't video. So we might try it again. We've done several other shops. Got a huge video outside, which some cascading water at the moment. On the right hand side, we're coming into the port of Palma. This part is really for the military and for the Guardia Civil police. And can't see it, but just over the buildings over that side is the Museum of San Carlos. It's a castle, free to go in, and if you're into military history castles, then that's one you can actually go to, and it doesn't cost you a penny. And there's a lovely cafe there. What you do need to do is check the opening times. I did actually end up going and finding the place was closed. So yeah, check the days and times that they're open. They're not open sometimes when you'd like them to be. So we've got here some Guardia Civil boats. They go out on patrol looking for the bad people. And on the far side was where the King's yacht, the Fortuna, would be moored, well, during the summer times in particular when the King was around. And so we used to see that regularly. And the lighthouse, one of the oldest remaining lighthouses of its kind in the world, I believe. It's quite ancient. It does have a museum attached, which I've never actually been to that museum. You have to book it up, so that's something for 2023, I think. We'll try and get a visit to the Lighthouse Museum. It's Thursday, and it's the 8th of November, and December, I keep getting that wrong. Good job you there, darling. It's the 8th of December, and it's 2023, and it's the public holiday today. It's a really strange week for me. 2020, oh golly gosh, my mind has gone. Shall we start that again? Thursday, 8th of December 2022. Walking and talking don't seem to be my forte today. So yes, now I think I've got the date right. It's a funny old week because Tuesday was a holiday and now we've got Thursday as a holiday. So Monday at school, Wednesday at school, and tomorrow Friday at school, and then I've got the weekend off, which is really weird. And then a weekend, and then next week is the last full week of school. We've got a couple of days, 2.5 days actually, and then it's the Christmas holidays, so not much longer to go now. On the far seawall, we can just about see one of the ferries that goes off to the other islands and to the mainland. That's the Baleares. And these you can take your cars on if you're coming to visit the island. You can bring your car. And also we usually get here military ships and naval vessels. And they come from all sorts of different countries, so not all Spanish. Watch that flag. This is the Narcissus. And that's M923. Yes. Another Baleares ferry in the distance. Pavement here is really quite narrow, and the reason we've actually come down to Palma today is to see what work has actually started on the work on the Paseo Maritimo, because following a grant and some money which has come from Europe, this whole area is going to be remodelled over the next year or two. The main work actually isn't due to start until next month, but Club de Mar, which is the big yacht club here, had already started its work, so we'll be able to see some work that's already started there. And this is on the right here, the maritime station. So if you're coming or going by boat, this is one of the points at which you can embark. It's not always here though, can be on the other side where we've just seen the Baleares boats, and it can actually be near to the cathedral, so we've actually driven off and come back onto the island near to the cathedral. But if we just look to the left, you can see now that they have started some of this work, and all of that's going to go on for months and months and months. And you may think that the people who live in the apartments opposite are going to be really annoyed by it, and I guess they are a little bit. But the upside for them is the value of some of the properties over there has doubled in recent weeks simply because of this work and what's going to actually happen afterwards, which is to turn it all into a really nice park area. And so the properties all along the front will have a lovely park to walk in, trees, seating, and places for children to play, adults to play, I suppose. So there's the maritime station. So you go in there and you get your tickets. It's all temporary paths that I've not seen before. It does the job. Sign there says embarkation. So if you're going onto boarding a boat, that's telling you which direction to go. Seems to be quiet today. Not many cruise ships in. Just a quick look at the work and then we'll cross over because it's not very pretty on this side. So there's some of the work that's going on. Cross over here. As we looked out of the window this morning, it looked a bit grey. Well, it's still a bit grey, but I've gone and dressed up as though it's midwinter, and I've got a nice thick jumper on and a coat and a scarf.
You're too hot.
I'm too hot. But anyway,
I'm not.
Anita is always a bit cool, so she's Anita's okay. Building to our right is a building that's for meteorology and oceanography, so it's always had a little bit of an interest to me. But I did read that they were going to close it down, may already have done so, and people who worked there had been moved somewhere else, and they wanted this to be ceded to the government. This used to be a big water feature. Remember the water cascading off the roof and into the troughs below. So what actually is happening here, I don't know. But I'm just going to have a little walk around the front, just out of curiosity, to see what the door says. So it does say it is the oceanographic centre for the Baleares, and that it comes under the Ministry of Science and Innovation. So we'll just have to keep our eye on it and see what happens to it. We're going to go that way, and any of you know Club de Mar? Well, there isn't any Club de Mar anymore, it's gone. How do we get down here? I guess we're into autumn, winter now. The leaves here are all turning brown. Unfortunately, the temperature's a little bit too warm. Weather forecast said about 18 or 19 degrees, and I was looking at the weather over the UK and seeing that there's a real polar freeze coming down through Scotland and north of England, and maybe you're going to be getting some snow over the next few days if you haven't already. So you can see the works going on here. So this is like the first bit of the work. This is like the prequel to the work that's going to be going on a little bit further down here. So today a bank holiday, and it just says they're working, so it's working on about bank holidays. That means they get double time. Always used to be the case for me when I used to work on various things in the past. You work on a holiday or a weekend, you got time and a half, double time even. I'm guessing that means nothing to a lot of youngsters these days. I don't know. Oh, graffiti. And one of the bugbears of the last few years is the amount of graffiti that keeps cropping up, and the authorities' inability to deal with it. It just keeps happening, and you would think with the number of cameras that we have around that they would easily be able to identify the culprits and prosecute them. There has been a move with huge fines being presented to people who do this on historical buildings. But, ooh, this is Club de Mar. Well, this used to be Club de Mar. It's been flattened. Wow, that is quite amazing. I don't know how well you can see it. I'll try and put the camera up high so that you can actually see what's going on here. Just go outside again. Right, you're going to be able to see what I can't see now. So just looking over the top. Hopefully you can see what it's like, but Club de Mar has been flattened. They've taken away all the buildings that were there, all the shops, all the offices, everything has gone. Wow, that is incredible. Oh, now I can actually see what you can see. And they're putting in all sorts of structures there. And it will be rebuilt. The ship we can see the back of, I think, is part of the Grimaldi line. And that's a fairly newcomer on the block. They bought out Trans-Mediterranea. And they now do a great service going to the mainland. There we are, back on the Paseo Maritimo. As always, Club de Mar has some amazing yachts. So even at this time of the year, the ones perhaps that are moored more permanently. I'll put the camera up again so you can see. Sightseeing bus has just gone past, and yeah, nobody's sightseeing today. And I keep saying that one day we'll do that. I'm not sure what you see on the sightseeing bus in going around Palma, but maybe we should know that. So there you can see the Grimaldi ferry loading up, yes, and getting ready to go. But there are no cruise liners in at the moment. You have a couple of mega yachts in there and a huge sailing boat with 3 masts. And just closer to us, you can see there's a lot of concrete work going on inside Club de Mar as well. A huge amount of development going. And I suppose it's the time of year that they should be doing it, when the tourists are not here. It's a little bit of downtime in that respect, uptime for the building workers. See the name of that yacht, but I just cannot make out whether it actually says anything. Maybe it's a star, maybe. You make out what that is?
Sign of the horizon.
Yeah, it looks like something leading to a star, but I can't actually make it out. Maybe it's just a logo of something, or maybe it's even a Christmas decoration. Quite often, if you know the names of the boats, you can look them up, Google them, and see who the owners are. Quite often, they're people you've never actually heard of, but they are multi-millionaires. You need to be a multi-millionaire to own something the size of those. The sailing boat is just hidden from view, it's on the wrong side. Can't actually see that one. I've been reading in the press about a sailing boat that's been moored here, and it's one of the biggest in the world. I'm not sure if it's that one or whether there's another one out there. Oh, temperature keeps going up the way it is. I'm going to have to take my coat off. So coming back down to the Paseo Maritimo, you can see there's lots of vehicles parked here. This side of the Paseo Maritimo, from here, from Porto P, all the way along somewhere towards the auditorium, this is all going to be pedestrianised park area, which means a lot of parking for cars is going to disappear. And I don't know how many cars actually park along here, but they're going to have to find somewhere new to park. The local government have said they will provide car parks, but it's not really very clear where they are and how far the people are then going to have to walk to get to home, or whether they're going to have to catch a bus to get to home. All remains to be seen. Talking of buses and other forms of transport, in 2023, residents of Mallorca will be eligible for free transport on buses and trains, trams. So that's really quite exciting. I don't think it's going to apply to the Soyer train or the Soyer tram, but the regular transport, public transport, it will do. Someone was asking, David was asking in Santa Ponsa whether he could have it. He owns a property here, he's got an NIE number, and the answer is no. It's not for tourists, so if you're a tourist, you're not going to get one. Tourists won't be registered here, and therefore you won't be able to get one. You need to have a TIE, which is the registration card, and that shows you're a resident, and you're probably going to have to show that you're actually empadronado, which means that you're actually registered on the local government here in the town hall. So sorry, David, you're not going to get free transport. Tourists will pay whatever the going rate is. This is somewhere we've never filmed before, I don't think. If we did, it was a long time ago. This is Can Barbara, and this is just a little way back from Paseo Maritimo, and you can see that quite a lot of smaller boats moored here, including the kayakers, and they have to be pretty small because if they want to get out into the sea, they've got to get underneath that bridge, and it's not very high. So I'm guessing some of these boats which have got masts on them may well need to drop the masts in order to get through there. Quite a few people in their kayaks today. Don't fall in. But this is quite a nice walk, which we actually don't do very often. And Anita reminded me that we should have a go at coming down here. You were right there. Whoops. Port authorities keeping an eye on things. Later on in the day and in the evening, we might find there's one or two bars and restaurants down here that certainly in the summer months will be open. I'm not sure what they do now. I wouldn't have thought there was any reason why they shouldn't be open. In fact, the one in the distance I can see is already getting ready to open.
Have a coffee there.
The Rosa del Mar is looking to get ready to open.
Sun's coming out.
Sun's coming out. I'm definitely going to need to take my coat off. I think this one might be closed though for the season. This is Cafe Garito. But Rosa del Mar looks as though it might be open, so we might just see if we can get a coffee there. And then we'll make our way back towards the car. I can hear the boat just behind us. They're making announcements. Both chimneys are now belching smoke as they generally do, but I'm guessing they're getting ready to embark soon. I'm just going to see if we can have a coffee. It's a very nice bar, actually. Unfortunately, they don't open until 1 o'clock, so we're stuck. So we're going to go down. Oh dear, there's some stepping stones here. This is a torrente, like a riverbed, and there's no water in it, so we can be very careful and take a step across. They are conveniently spaced so that it's not too difficult. Famous last words. And I've missed the water, so fantastic. Could have actually walked a little bit further down, and there's a little ramp there, so it would have been a bit easier and safer for me to do. Anyway, we'll go back towards Cambabra and have a look at the boats, then we can head on out. I don't think we're going to get a coffee down here. It's too many places closed. Oh, there's interest. That's where all these kayaks are coming from. Must be the kayaking centre. Lots and lots of them. And a great place really to come and practice, but it's always going to be very, very sheltered here. It's surrounded by buildings and the road on that side. So this building here, Club de Mar Area Deportiva. Club de Mar, so this is like the sports area for Club de Mar. And that's what has the kayaks. We did, the Masons had a meal here. And I think it was here, wasn't it? La Perla. I think it was, well, it must have been there because there is absolutely nothing else. And I think we came on their opening night as well. I think we were invited to the opening night, and that was really good. Sadly, we've not been down. We should have done. So we must put that on our to-do list again, to come back down here when there's a little bit more life, and you'll be able to see what's going on. Just noticing the rocks here, they're very uneven and a little bit slippy, so don't fall in the water. The ground is very wet. We've had quite a bit of rain on and off the last few days, quite a lot of wind. So the weather really is unsettled, and by the weekend we're in for plummeting temperatures, maybe down as low as 14 or 15 degrees Celsius.
We've got all our shows to do outside next week. Weather committee.
Yeah, well, maybe that doesn't matter if it's cold, it's just really a pain if it's wet. So Anita's got her show at Sonoma on Sunday, is that?
Sunday.
And Sunday at 3 o'clock. And the weather forecast then is going to be really important because they're due to be singing on the outside. And you can look at the weather forecast now and say, oh yeah, Sunday's clear. By the time you get to Sunday, things have changed a little. Or you can say it's raining and it ends up being clear. So it's really, I think, on the day, look at the sky and see what's going on. Looks a little bit up and down here. Do I need to go up or down? Or round and round? I think we need to go up. Some very old looking steps there. This is where the sea would have come to years ago. If you've seen any old pictures of the Paseo Maritimo, the sea did come in a lot further, and the road that is built is largely on reclaimed land. So it's been built out into the sea. It's a really nice little walk around there, and I think when the cafes and bars are open, a little bit more life, definitely a place for us to go and spend an evening.
I think we're a bit hot in our 5 layers.
Me too. Ah. So we're back up onto the main road, and more or less comes to the end of our walk. Just nicely finishing off by a statue. So the boat's going out, that's the Grimaldi line. I'm not sure where it's going to, somewhere on the mainland my guess is. But we're going to finish off here. So behind us we've got a statue of a biospeleologist, something to do with rocks, and he's Romano, scientific Romanos, that means from Romania. Anyway, thanks very much for watching the video. If you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.